I did that voice.
Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Talks. Special guest Silene, she's been a little sick. And with me, as always, is my loyal co-host, Omar.
Hello, I'm Baron Punchy. Also Omar.
Damn right you're Omar.
Either one works.
And joining us again is the one with the cute Cthulhu chibi that
Everybody remembers the plush toy. Nobody remembers me.
I'm sorry, it's plush toys. Do you know how? Okay, here's the plush toy on my desk. Hang on. Here's another plush toy.
I feel so significant right now.
What?
I feel so significant.
oh, hang on. Hang on.
It's that long-haired creepy guy. Yeah, now that I've said that out loud, maybe it's better that you just forgot.
Okay. 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 Whee! And that is the reason I originally...
€30, another plush toy, what longer?
My phone decided to join. But I'm sorry, this originally was for Rev Resner, but then I started annoying him with it by having to just say things constantly, and so that's why I have that. Her name's Peggy.
This went to a weird place already. Oh well.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to explain why I really remember the plushie, because...
Ah! Make it stop!
I hate you so much.
Okay, anyways, the topic for today is let me show everyone all my plushies, because that would take maybe 5 hours if I was...
I have a question. I have a very important question. Guys, accounting for, like gap year, leap years, days of the month, the weather and whatnot, how long before Jashi becomes a serial killer who uses plush toys to kill people?
Who says I'm not already killing people with plush toys?
Oh,
God.
well, there's an answer then.
It'll be me and Rev Resner killing people with plushies. That'll be our honeymoon.
That's an oddly specific way to kill people.
Anyways, the topic for today is not how long I've been planning this and how long I've been a serial killer who kills with plushies and who has never been caught, except by the 1 or 2 people that will now watch this podcast. It is canceled TV shows. TV shows that get canceled for good, for bad, and some that just need to be fucking canceled. Like, why do things happen to good TV shows? And as we're talking about canceled good
You
TV...
might say, then, we're talking about TV shows that are now pushing up daisies.
Hey! Yeah.
Ah, har.
I haven't opened this yet because I'm still finishing up the latest season of The Leftovers on HBO that I don't think has been canceled. Hopefully not. Sorry.
Oh yeah, The Leftovers is something. Yeah. I mixed up The Leftovers with The Neighbours. 2 very different TV series there.
Okay, so anyways, what TV shows have... I guess this first and last question are sort of similar, so if you forget something in the first question, you can always answer in the third one. What TV show cancellation has made you the angriest?
Constantine. The dog agrees.
Yeah.
You might think I would have said Pushing Daisies, but no, that made me the saddest. But I understood it. on a technical level. It didn't get that many views because it was a unique piece of television. It was ahead of its time. Constantine, though, had everything it needed to go well. It was basically supernatural in the first few seasons. It was awesome. It was amazing. And they cancelled it. And I hate them and everyone who's involved in that decision.
This is not the only rant on Constantine that I have. There have been many, and they tend to run along. They tend to go this same way. They list all the reasons why it should not have been canceled, and then they did, but they did it anyway. The general consensus is that both the entertainment medium in general tends to view its audience with little but contempt. Like, if we make a decision that you don't like, fuck all of you!
Truly.
We don't give a damn, because we are all powerful and control your nipples.
Guys.
Hey, you have to stay away from my nipples, okay? Okay?
Guys, don't worry though. There's a savior. A messiah has arisen. Its name is CW. Okay? Its name is CW, and it brought Constantine back to, like...
By the Arrow show. That's
okay. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Do you see how much you have broken this man? You can give him a breadcrumb of Constantine. It's like, oh my god!
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Look, I love Arrow, and I love The Flash, and I'm going to love DC's Legends of Tomorrow. But, I tell you right now, that the episode with Constantine in the Arrow is by far my favorite of all of those TV series, all of the episodes, every single goddamn one. The only way they could top that is if fucking Superman bopped down from the sky and roasted their enemies. That might make me think, okay, that was pretty cool. That's on par with the Constantine thing. But Constantine popping its bitch ass up in the Arrow universe, oh damn! Gave me a TV erection.
So do you want to go
masturbating over there, because it sounds like he's masturbating over there.
Yeah, it does.
Bro, it's so vicious.
Okay. Another thing about that though is that because Constantine is not bisexual in the video, he won't be seducing Arrow and Flash at the same time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So
I love my guy guys.
And this entire podcast is called
It's not anything wrong.
But anyway, as you were saying.
Yeah, basically Constantine is my pick. I hate everyone involved in that decision. I do hold out hope that it will come back at some point because it has been seen in CW. And secondly, that Matt Ryan will retake the role of Constantine within the Arrowverse. Then, even if he's just a guest star or a recurring role, I'll be very happy with that. Personally, I think he'd be.
Or maybe they should rename the show to Constantine and Arrow.
Or
I would be happy with that. Do you know what I would be hoping
for? No. Here's a better name: Constantine and that guy that shoots arrows.
No, but further think about it. I was hoping he'd be in DC's Legends of Tomorrow because from what I gather about that, they'll be traveling to time. And I thought, that's cool. But imagine how cool it would be to see Constantine's Matt Ryan, a classically cockney British guy with just a long coat, with a fairly average dude who just knows fucking magic, traveling through time. It's like, meet sci-fi, well, they got fucking lasers. How does he defeat him? Magic strap, motherfucker. It's what? It's Merlin versus magic. I don't know. Gah! Would have been amazing. But sadly didn't do that. So I, once again, have several people to curse. But, point is, Constantine is my pick.
Okay. Yeah, what about you, Creepy?
Actually, there are a number of shows that have been canceled that earned ire from me, but the one that I'm actually going to go back and name a very old show that as I understand it, it's being given a reboot now. It hasn't aired yet, but they are in the process of bringing it back. But it was canceled in the early 90s. It was a show I watched when I was a teenager. And I still think I know I've heard the stories. I still don't think it's true that Ted Turner wasn't involved in this. But and for that he has earned my my everlasting ire. But the show was SWAT Cats.
Wildcats. Okay,
SWAT
I've heard of this.
SWAT Cats.
Wadcats?
SWAT Cats.
Wadcats.
SWATKATS. SWAT Cats. It was a early 90s show. It was the last original animated show created by Hanna-Barbera. It was like this was like the last show that they made before they just went back to recycling Scooby-Doo and their other ideas. But it was an action adventure show that took place in a world of anthropomorphic cats, and two of the characters in particular, who were the main characters, were superheroes who flew around in a souped-up, gadget-laden jet and fought bad guys. So basically, this was Batman and Top Gun with furry cats. Furry cat people. And I adored this show, probably more than I should, because I freely admit this show was not intellectual in any capacity. The show ran on awesomeness and cool, and there was and little else, but it was fun, and it was surprisingly well written for what it was. It ran for 2 seasons. It had a total of 26 episodes, and then it was canceled. So it was like one of, if not the highest rated cartoon show of that time, of the year that it came out. So this was like a hit show that was making the studio lots and lots of money, but they canned it. Yeah. I was very happy.
Some people are allergic to money, so I guess the studios has everyone like that, so it's for their health. So I guess I understand that way.
But yes, they are bringing it back. There was a Kickstarter campaign that ran last year, and they were saying they were going to try at the very least to make a movie if they cannot bring the show back. But if I understand correctly, they were able to get enough money to where they're going to bring the show back now.
Yeah, they are bringing back. A Kickstarter did it, I believe. But first of all, apparently Mark Hamill voiced someone in this, which is a mark of pride for the show. Then, secondly, I don't actually know much about the show, but I had a look at it, and all the reviews are good. It looks quite cute animation. That said, I was more interested in the fact that when I googled it, in the related searches, it offered me something called Super Pizza Ninja Cats from Japan.
Samurai Pizza Cats. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Samurai Ninja Cats. And I want that in my life. Just Samurai Ninja Cats, okay? Just want to let people know that exists. Watch it at some point because it exists, and we need to. We need to reinforce that kind of attitude in the world. The Samurai Ninja Cat is a thing.
Samurai Ninja Cat?
Yes. We do it for all of them. SWAT cats, Samurai Ninja Cats, cats in general. Top cat, bottom cat, left cat, all the cats.
I think your dog might be getting annoyed that you're mentioning cats so much.
Get annoyed one more time, bro. Watch what happens. Ah!
I'm sorry about my little delayed reaction. It was just like this. Suddenly decided I wanted to go out, not into nice little squirts like usual, but in this long stream that the nose canal is connected to the mouth, and so the stream of this horrible shit went down into my tongue. And I just lost all sense of what the hell you were talking about. Because then I go to the second nostril hoping that I don't get betrayed again. I'm sorry, but SWAT Cats is getting a revival because of Kickstarter. Mm-hmm. And we suddenly segued from that to Ninja Cats.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Samurai Pizza Cats. Doo-doo.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing you can really add to that.
Now I want pizza. Now I think of nice, easy pizza with pepperoni and anchovies.
Yeah, anchovies.
Oh, they're fucking awesome on pizza.
No, they're not.
Oh, they are.
No, they're not. You know what you
Yes,
want?
they are.
You want a chicken tandoori deep dish pizza.
Me. Anyways, the one I've had basically 2 shows that got canceled that had big reactions for me, and I'm going to choose the first one that actually of Terminator: The Sarah Connor Chronicles, and I was so worried about if it'd be canceled or not that I waited a few days until after I saw Terminator Salvation so that, all the emotions would be a little lowered and some bad news would make me, really sad. And I actually started crying when I read that it was canceled.
Really?
and I'm like still waiting for the 3rd season. I know it's not going to happen now that Terminator Genesis got done, and that messes up the whole fucking timeline thing for Terminator: The Sarah Connor Chronicles to get another season. But I am still waiting.
I want to point out again, real quickly, that timeline thing she's talking about is something that I predicted long before the movie came out. Figured it out. I want to point that out again. I feel like the 7th time. I figured it out. I knew that each Terminator movie created a John Connor who would send another.
Oh, look!
You son of a bitch! Atlas, attack!
Oh no, he's going to have to go thousands of miles across an ocean, and most importantly, go to Florida, that dangerous, dangerous land that I live in.
That ain't right.
Why do you hate Florida so much, I wonder?
I'm in Florida.
I ain't going to Florida.
I've lived in Florida all my life. I can't wait to move out.
Oh, okay.
You won't get to. You'll be shot by a naked man singing hymns from the Incredible Hulk TV show before you get a chance.
Oh, well, at least that'll be good. Some good final memories. But then what about that guy who... Yeah, was the meth lab in Walmart in Florida with that woman who just, selling shit in the middle of the aisle in Walmart, and then she walks away, and then the guy slips and falls in it. I don't know if that was Florida or not. This is why I fucking hate my state. Hello, one viewer. Florida stories. But anyways, about the Terminator TV show, it got me into the Terminator universe at large. If it wasn't for the TV show, it probably wouldn't have been so easy for me to, I watched the TV show and I started looking up stuff and I started really getting into it. And so when Terminator Salvation rolls around, I'm just, hey, I'm finally going to see a Terminator movie in theaters. Yay! And since I had no one to go see it with, I just went by myself because I feel no shame. I want to see it. No one's going to see it with me. I'm seeing it. And the Terminator TV show is one of the few TV shows that I have both seasons on DVD. I usually don't do that, even with shows I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched the gag reel so many times. So, let's see. And then Lena Headey, who's not able to do her British voice, and she actually started complaining about that on the commentary. That person got to use his British voice. And then it made me also would like to see Summer Glau in more roles kicking butt, because she did a great job with the Terminator of Cameron, who also expanded the mythos of the Terminators themselves, what they're capable of feeling, what they are.
Mm-hmm.
She's not just a machine that's set out to do something. She actually wants to be human, and she feels the love for John Connor. Only subtext, but everyone can see it. They didn't actually kiss on screen, and yet people are like, oh my god, they're really for each other. I mean, when John starts to date another girl. Cameron's fucking jealous. It's like, yeah, they want to bone each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
The thing, I was gonna say, like, I like the Sarah Connor Chronicles, but I never really properly got into it until I started properly seeing John Connor stop being a bitch. Because I hated that. I need to identify at some level with some character in a show in order to really get into it. At which point I can bypass the rest and I end up liking it all. And I could never find that with the Sarah Chronicles. But about, I think, through the second season, I managed to do that with John Connor, and he started getting cooler and cooler and becoming more. Like, it's not that I want him to be the ultimate hero, but I felt like I could be more courageous or cooler or do better things than he could half of the time. And that pissed me off. It's like, how is this guy meant to be the hero of the goddamn world when I could outdo him? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the thing is just his growth. You know, he starts off and he's not a hero.
I know, but I feel
Or
like
kick-ass, he just
I don't have to go through some kind of fucking mega growth to end up being better than him. I don't have any massive story in the background or training to prepare to save the world. He did. He should have started off being a fuck ton more confident than he is.
Yeah, but
Beyond the point, by the end of the series, or the last episode, he was cool as fuck, and he was doing shit. I was like, damn, John Connor, go do your John Connoring shit. That's what I wanted. I wanted him to go to the future, and for like them to follow him and shit, and they follow him, and he's become the John Connor of legend. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think
He's become John Connor Primo. You know, and just like a badass motherfucker. Like like what's her name? Fucking Cameron. She walks up there and she's all like, "All right, I'm gonna save John Connor." She's like, "Bitch, sit your ass down. I killed 1,000 versions of you." Just whips out fucking laser. Gonna start taking motherfuckers down. What's that? A robo hand or some shit. You know what I mean? Goes back to his private base where he's got like 15 Terminators all working for him. He's got a butler Terminator. He's called Jerry. All right, Jerry, how you doing? But no, there was no next season, and I was sad.
Oh, good. I was actually, when Derek Reese died, I'm like, he's my favorite character. No, I don't care if it goes on or not. It was one of the few times that I've actually cried repeatedly. Like, I'm afraid of watching that episode because that ruins my day. I start tearing up like 2 or 3 minutes at least before that he dies because my body is prepping. But when like Derek Reese came back in the finale, I was like, oh my god, okay, where's the third fucking season? I need this shit. And Brian Austin Green, who played Derek Reese, was actually teased his co-stars because he told them he died, and you know, he just didn't tell them that he was coming back the next episode. I think Summer Glau was talking about that on the commentary for the final episode. Yeah.
Yeah, this was one of the shows that I never watched, even though I should have, but I haven't yet. Although oh dear, there's that look.
Continue.
Yeah. Anyway, so you know, not out of necessarily utter disdain for the Terminator franchise, mind you, just didn't have at the time. I did not have when it was airing. I did not have the time or the opportunity to watch it at that point. So it was more just bad luck. But you know, I keep telling myself I will most likely watch this at some point.
You really should. Like, it's the way I think of it. If you look at it like my theory suggests, that all the Terminator series take place in another universe where the previous Terminators, John Connor, grew up and sent another Terminator back, it becomes okay because then it doesn't ruin the last John Connor, which I think a lot of people had problems with because this John Connor is very different to the one from before. And it kind of ruins it a little bit for some people there. And I understand why, you know, it changes the character. Even the character of Sarah. And I feel like doing that would obviously cause people to dislike it. They would think, I don't really want it. But if you consider that this is basically an alternate universe, and the ones you like still exist, it's very easy to kind of get into it. And And I think it's a lot easier for. It should be a lot easier for you and Jash to get into it and stuff as Jash did. I personally am very finicky about how I get into it. Sometimes it takes sadly I've never been very good at getting into TV series where the main character is a girl. It's not because I don't think they're good actresses. It's just because I need to identify a little bit more, and I feel like the entire perspective is different for me. It's just a holdover when I was a kid, and it makes it a little bit harder. So usually I appreciate there being a guy sidekick or something because then it helps me get into it. So I feel like if you just give it a go, I feel like you'll enjoy it definitely, especially season 2. I think season 2 is by far better than the.
If you want to ever come down by Florida, I'll totally not tie you to a chair, prop your eyes open like Clockwork Orange, and force you to watch them.
That's comforting and oddly specific.
I've said that about so many things that it's not really oddly specific because it's cliche for me. Oh God, Omar, where the fuck? I scared off the co-host. Oh God, where the fuck did you go, Omar? Okay, sorry. Technical difficulties, which never happen on this show. Never happen. We always get things perfectly. This is a rare fucking occurrence. Mm-hmm. So,
never before seen on this broadcast. Particular broadcast. This very broadcast that we're doing right now.
Okay, guys. So we're searching as we're doing. Jash Talks the search for Omar. What's creepy? What TV show cancellations do you wish would happen? These TV shows that just stay on air way longer than they're supposed to, that you just wish would finally fucking die.
Yeah. Thinking about it, there was a couple. There was one that did eventually end. It wasn't canceled exactly. I think it did end more or less. But I was really happy to hear that Desperate Housewives was finally off the air.
Oh, that is?
Yeah. And I'm one of the people who feel like The Simpsons really ought to have gone off the air by now. But as far as like a lesser known show, I'm not really. I can't really think of any like lesser known but bad shows off the top of my head right now that I feel like deserve to be canceled.
Yeah. I'm still looking. Omar, I don't want to speak. Birdies, what the fuck did he do? They somehow canceled out Omar's interwebs. Oh wait, hang on. I think he's replied. Power outage, stuck in the dark.
Oh dear.
This like with the best of podcast, his internet cut down. Yeah. So let's see.
That happens.
Seeing text. So yeah, this is. Yeah, the birdies are causing the power outages in England, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shit happens. So, anyways, we'll try to go on without Omar.
Oh dear.
God. Because I hate going out without the co-host because he's the people person of the group. Me, I'm just like, fuck you. Sorry, not really, but oh, the viewers dropped because of that. I'm sorry you really like Omar. I'm sorry, viewers who just randomly pop in and pop out. We got 3 live ones. Sorry, just okay. TV show cancellations that I wish would happen.
Mm-hmm.
I only kept up with the first 5 episodes of this first season for this one. Well, I just fucking hate it being aired. I just like hate saying, "Oh, look, everyone, be happy that another season of Bates Motel is on. Why aren't you dead yet?" Why does I mean Hannibal's dead, but you know that crap chat is basically turning the best horror movie ever into a teen drama. And if you and like if you want to go with Norman Bates early years, that's fine. Just don't make it a little teen drama. You can do dark and edgy and not. I don't want to live on this plane anymore. I will fucking not. This is bullshit. I watched that and was like, oh, modern adaptations really suck. And so then I watched like the first 3 episodes of Hannibal thinking, oh, it's probably the same thing. And I'm like, oh my god, this is totally awesome. And I guess that one viewer was a Bates Motel fan. I am so not sorry. But then a show that I actually do like, but I think it's just run on too long and it just like needs to stop. I like seeing new episodes and new seasons, but at the same time it's like, dude, you just need to stop. It's Supernatural is now on its 11th fucking season.
Oh yeah, I can't believe I didn't name Supernatural. Oh man. Like
You've been a horrible person.
About a show that's run itself into the ground. I mean, like, wasn't it supposed to end after season 6? Like the guy behind, you know, when the one who originally
Eric Carver or something. Yeah.
Right. Didn't he say in interviews that his projection for how long he was going to run it was just 6 seasons?
I don't know the interview, but I do know he did leave the show like during the 5th or 6th season, so.
Right. They were gonna, and you know, it's like you look at it and it just
keeps
going.
As I said, I like seeing new episodes, but it's just like you need to stop. You're drunk, dude. You're drunk.
And I think another thing is, I'm like, what's the word I'm looking for here? The concept of Supernatural is good, but I really was displeased with a lot of the early turns it took, you know, and after a certain point, I will confess, I stopped watching. But from what I have heard since then, it's like they keep going, like with shows that run on for too long, they keep going in circles, like not just with their plots, but with their character development.
Yeah, it's like, Sam and Dean are still stuck in the same sort of, we're not going to tell each other we're codependent. There's no, after 10 fucking seasons, I mean, it seemed like, because long story short, which is really impossible to do with this fucking show, Dean has the mark of Cain, which turns out not to be, it seems to be holding back the darkness, which was the opposing force when God created everything. Right. Long story short, I'm trying to sum this shit up, and so Death knows that Sam and Dean are codependent on each other, and that Dean won't be able to do what he has to do unless with Sam alive, so he has to kill Sam. And so it would have been a great way to end the show of just like dark turn, and it would show the codependence going away, and it would just leave you with this sense of, oh my god, did that just happen? But of course, they need an 11th season. And plus, you can't have the brothers killing each other like that. So, they actually kill... sorry. I'm like getting all this bullshit into one sentence. So Dean kills Death and releases the darkness, and the darkness seems to be pretty cool. But still, it's like... I liked where this new season is so far, but it's just like... What, like, you kept on hearing people say, no, releasing this darkness is bad, blah, blah, blah. And what the fuck do? you released the fucking darkness. So I guess other people were so shocked at the end of last season. I was in shock because it's like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Really.
I would have watched you next season, but yeah.
And like it's I mean, we've seen this before. You know, we've seen the brothers have, you know, conflict with each other, not tell each other everything, yet rely on each other so much, and et cetera, et cetera. And you know, it's like the Supernatural has become the new Murder, She Wrote or The Simpsons for its genre. You know, for the genre of supernatural drama shows, Supernatural is the new Murder, She Wrote or the new Simpsons. It just keeps going.
Going.
Yeah.
When will it end?
Yeah, exactly. It's just it doesn't stop, and it's. I mean, it's. I want to say it's a good thing when a show gets a chance to really go, because this is what this whole podcast is about. There are so many good shows out there that are not given the opportunity to get as far as Supernatural has gotten the chance to go, or The Simpsons has gotten the chance to go. The Simpsons has been a part of the lives of at least 3 generations. You know, the 90s, the 2000s, and this current one. So, but at the same time, you can only, it's like at the same time, if a show is not going to keep producing quality product, if it can still give new ideas, new concepts, it can still play with the trends and the tropes that it started out with, and play with people's expectations, that's good. But when a show goes in circles again, it's just, it hits the point where when you take a far enough step back, you can see the hamster wheel that's running behind it. And you realize that's what you've been sitting in front of, every on this night, every week, or whatever, depending on how you view it. You realize I've been sitting here watching a hamster wheel spin this whole time.
I think the parakeets have some really strong opinions about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's Loki's outside the room. We're quarantining her off, so yeah, there's another parakeet like just nearly right outside the door. So yeah, they both have very strong opinions about it. And I think they agree with you. Totally creepy. Okay, we still hasn't gotten the Omar. Okay, I'm just like really sad. This is okay. Yeah. Okay, nothing new on Google, not Google Plus, on Skype. Let me check both combos. I'm sad too about it, Silene. If you hear me randomly speaking to no one, I'm speaking to her. Okay.
That's a good thing, sort of.
What?
That's a good thing, sort of.
Well, you're a pet owner and you talk to your pets. Especially after you pull dried shit from their ass.
Mm-hmm.
You like Bond, really, really wrongly, but it was like I just saw it and I'm like afraid that some stuff would start spilling out, but at the same time that would mean, she's getting deconstipated. But yeah, she doesn't like me talking about this to you, girl. Okay. They're talking about my shit again. They should die. Okay. Now for the final part, Omar is having a power outage over there, so we're continuing. We're going to finish up this podcast without him. So What's your favorite canceled TV show? You can actually pick maybe 2 or 3 at most if you can't decide on one.
My favorite canceled TV show. I'm kind of leaning towards, there was a show called Lost Girls that came out a few years ago, and it was canceled, but they were able to wrap up things.
Oh, what's
somewhat.
it again?
Lost Girl.
Oh, Lost Pacific show.
Mm-hmm.
I've been meaning to watch it.
Yeah, they did cancel it, but the people behind the show were given enough warning in advance that they could wrap up some things first. But there's that. I feel the need to mention, because if I don't, I might get sued by the entire internet. There's Invader Zim. You know, everybody is angry that show was canceled, it seems like.
I mean, I first watched it, but my Rev Resner, he has it like Invaders, a little Gur doll, and then a Gur action figure, so yeah. Mm-hmm. I know of the show.
Right.
I just never watched it because I never really watched TV shows when I was younger, so... Internet, you can sue me, kill me. I don't have much to live for anyway, so you'll be doing me a mercy. Okay. Creepy, do you have anything else to say before I die?
No. I think that sums it up.
Okay. Well, I did like that Fringe got warning and that it was able to finish off. But the thing is, the 5th season was rushed coming in because there should have been around like a season or 2 more until we got to that future where the observers were taking over to make it sort of flow more naturally. But I did like that they got to wrap it up on their own terms, and we weren't left with a cliffhanger season.
That's true.
But we did get a cliffhanger at the end of the finale, but at least we knew what happened to all the major characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's still yeah, that's good. It's good when a show has warning that's been canceled so they can wrap up important plot points.
Yeah, that's true.
Unlike the Sarah Connor Chronicles, where, what the fuck, can you end that shit like that? Mm-hmm. You cannot end me on a fucking cliffhanger like that. Hello, Omar, we're back to Terminator again. Because that's how this shit rolls.
Yeah.
We're talking about our favorite canceled TV shows, and I was actually just talking about Fringe, so... what's your favorite canceled TV show? Pushing Up Daisies. Okay, next.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. For me, it's a cross. It's a weird situation. I liked Constantine's character more than any character in Pushing Daisies, but the show I didn't like as much because the surrounding characters weren't as good. Constantine and his world and his location and his one ally, amazing. Everyone else, but Pushing Daisies as a whole is better, I think. That said, the main character wasn't as good. It's why I was so happy about Constantine being revived through Arrow, because then the one part that I loved the most about Constantine lives on. Whilst the parts I didn't, the girl, do not. I didn't like the girl at all. I thought she was just a needless accessory to satiate the female audience. Like, hey, look, there's a girl in here. You should watch it. It's not only for the guys. Yes. Ha 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 ha.
I think the thing is, once you put an interesting female character out there, both sexes, will like it because it's...
Yes, I agree. If it's an interesting character, it's an interesting character. But she wasn't an interesting character. She was, I'll give you an example of why. In the first episode, there was a different girl there, but they got rid of her for whatever reason, and replaced her with this girl. Can you honestly tell me that she's going to be an interesting character if her entire existence is based on the fact that she was a last-minute replacement for another one? I mean, there's your answer right there, isn't it? She was a last-minute replacement. She was no well-thought-out, powerful character of her own. She was awful. She was a fucking plot thread. When I heard the girl in the original was gone, I was like, okay, good, because then she's gone entirely. We can deal with just Constantine. Show about it's all Constantine. I wouldn't care about anyone else. But yeah, overall, Pushing Daisies, I think, is the best one because Constantine as a show was only good because of Constantine himself, whereas Pushing Daisies was good in almost every possible facet. Also, I think it's a much more unique show if you think about it, much more optimistic, very, very different compared to these days' cynical TV series of the day.
Because he raised things from the dead. I'm just gonna go in the corner and cry here.
I have muted because the dog is barking, by the way.
Okay. Do you have any other favorite canceled TV shows, Omar?
Let me think. Favorite canceled TV series.
I think
I
this mine
have
is
one
Constantine right
technically.
now.
I mean, I suppose this is a technical one, I guess, but I was quite upset when they ended Avatar: Legend of Aang, and some might say it was not the natural ending. I don't think it was. I think it could have done with a single one last season to kind of basically. Atlas, come on, man! Come on, man! What you doing?
Ash, silence!
The Saiyans, I kill you.
Oh, nearly got him. Right, yeah, basically Avatar: The Legend of Aang, because I felt like the last season didn't wrap up enough. I felt like there was a lot of loose threads. I felt like with the Legend of Korra, there was a lot of stuff that happened that obviously they could have made an entire season out of. I felt like at least a mini season or 4 specials. You know what I mean? One special, what happens directly after the ending of the and whatnot. One special to finish up loose ends with all the characters. One to for like the first half of what they're going to do with the world. Last one will be the last rounds of their lives. I feel like it could have done with that, and I felt like it was cancelled early because of that. I feel like the proof is in the fact that there came specials after in terms of comic books, and the comic books are quite good, but nonetheless, if they can exist, why couldn't the show have just continued? And I feel like we would have preferred in general having that than Legend of Korra. Even though that was alright, but to be fair, Korra got better with every season, and the first season was awful. It was like awful, okay, good, very good, yeah. Although I really to this day I don't. It's not that I don't mind. It's not that I don't like it, but I feel like the whole lesbian ending thing. I mean, why? It didn't make. It seemed random. Like, wait, they had a thing for each other. When did that happen?
Well, according to fans, okay, I've never watched it myself, but I want to quell the shitstorm of lesbians that will come rushing towards us.
I want to point out, I don't mind that she's.
The thing
I
is,
want to point out. It's very important I say this. It's very important, or I'm going to be killed. I'll be.
Okay, so I guess
I am saying this. You will not stop me, Penguin.
Said that. I guess it was a slow sort of build-up.
You think you can stop me? You think you can mute me?
I can eject you from the fucking convo.
Oh, fine. Finish up.
Yeah, so it's just that that fans have said that there was like some slowly building it up, and I guess that the same-sex ending, I think there's some like arguments that one is bi, and so. Anyways, the show creators had to actually come and say like, yeah, this is it. Like they were doing it subtly, and then there was arguments for and against that, and people arguing whether or not that was actually they were actually in love with each other or not, and then. Oh my fucking god, Tumblr is a lovely place at times.
Yeah, don't go to Tumblr, it's a hellhole. But yeah.
Sometimes they do have interesting meta there.
Sometimes, but mostly not. So look, here's what I was going to say. Basically, I don't mind that she was a lesbian. That I don't mind at all. What I do mind is that it sprung on us out of fucking nowhere. She showed no lesbian traits up till then. Not one. I don't say
lesbian traits.
They must have traits. Yes, they must have one. It's called being attracted to women. At no point did she show anything like that. She showed friendship with Asami, lots of it, but nothing romantic. Not even slightly. Not even a subtext. You know what I mean? It was the only way it was subtext is when you put it on Tumblr, give it one of those like filters, and put on the bottom, "Oh, I want the booty." You know what I mean? Then it becomes subtext. But that's not a subtext anymore. That's edited. And it's bullshit. It seems like, come on, if she was going to be a lesbian, fucking give her the screen time to make that a thing. You know what I mean? Make an actual... Don't just have it be a random... Guess what? Anyone could be a lesbian. Fucking your neighbor, she could be lesbian. You don't know. She's never done anything lesbian all her life.
You're saying that all wrong. Omar, you're saying that wrong. Anyone could be a lesbian. Your neighbor could be a lesbian. Your bestest friend could be a lesbian.
Exactly, but that's kind of it. It's so stupid. It was like... arguably, it was kind of mean. They felt the need to hide it. Why did you do that? Just fucking show it. And here's what I think happened.
I'm going to talk about something here that some people like to have that sort of LGBTQ relationship, subtly, just have,
it needs to be addressed in the same way they would a straight relationship, though. It's like...
But everyone assumes you're straight. I'm just going to hide now. Help me.
Nigga? What'd you say?
No, I said everyone assumes you're straight.
Well, okay, look. Here's the thing.
Pongo.
As a matter of fact, in terms of... Okay, look. Let me level with you on the character basis, okay? The reason I didn't like it was because I know the kind of people who watched Legend of Korra. And I like Legend of Korra. It was alright. First season awful, like I said. But I could tell that they were all begging for her to be a lesbian. And I felt like what happened at the end was that the writers were like, okay, it's over. We're not doing a third version of this. So let's just appease the fans. So they were like, okay, a lot of them clearly want her to be in a lesbian relationship with Sammy. Let's do that. And let's just pretend that all this other shit was them being secretly lesbian. And I felt like that's not okay. You can't just backtrack and make that the case. And it's a big aspect of your character. First of all, coming out. Secondly, coming out to someone you actually like. Thirdly, telling them, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. It's massive things. And it got a tiny nod in the show, like the tiniest possible. These are big things, and no one really ever talked about it in the show. It was like just a small thing. Side note, fuck it, They put more time on her wanting to be a fucking professional baseball player or whatever it was in that world than her coming out as gay. You know what I mean? That's a very big thing. And here's what I say. At the very least, you shouldn't be able to argue that she didn't. If you can, you fucked up. You know what I mean? You've tried to appease the people who wanted that while simultaneously being like, okay, we don't want her to be openly gay just in case people get mad at us. Ugh. So it's ridiculous. Be open about it or don't do it. It seemed mean-hearted the way they did it, and it just seemed bad, and the story wasn't good with the way they did it. It was poor. Also, let's be honest, Sami, awful character. Boring. Why would she fall for a Sami? What's she got going for her? I mean, all she is a millionaire tech genius. She thinks she is Batman. Holy shit, she's Batman.
Okay, yeah, but with the whole LGBTQ thing, in Harry Potter, them like, oh, look it, Dumbledore is gay, and I'm like, I don't really count it because they never introduced her in the books. I mean, the 7th and final book was the best place to say that in text, because that's when Rita Skeeter was, doing her expose booky thing on Dumbledore. Exactly. And that's the perfect time for some bad trash about him being gay to come out. And maybe, when Harry Potter went to the train station to death.
Yeah, maybe you could have had a scene where Dumbledore was with his husband.
Wait, can you be quiet? So then Harry Potter goes to Dumbledore, are you gay? And Dumbledore goes, does it really matter? And Harry Potter's like, thought it did, but nope.
That would have been good.
Okay, that's okay.
But yeah, but that's why I think stuff like that isn't good. Yeah, it seems almost like it's using gay people. Like she was writing Dumbledore, and was like, okay, she didn't think about the fact that he was older than her
situation than what we fucking got in the books.
Yeah. Well, think about it this way, right? assume here that she didn't actually think about it. That she was writing your stereotypical long-bearded Merlin-esque wizard character, okay? Which, by the way, she clearly was, okay? And later on, someone asked, like, hey, why isn't he married? What's this situation going here? And she was like, oh, she never mentions it in the series. But then she thinks, oh, look, LGBT's become a big thing, you know what I mean? Let's get some press. Hey, he was gay, by the way. Okay? And they never make a fucking reference to it ever. Like, once again, it's a big aspect, a big thing.
J.K. Rowling I'm sorry that we just started talking about this, and I have big opinions on Dumbledore. I'm so fucking sorry, and J.K. Rowling comes out on Tumblr going, well, gay people look like just everybody else. But the thing, when you're writing, you have to follow a different set of rules.
Yeah, like when I'm writing a book, I don't want to just read someone walking in passing.
And fiction is different than, when you walk around in the world, you treat things differently.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, like, it's a story. We knew almost every aspect of Harry's character and all this kind of stuff. Why couldn't we have at least known who like Dumbledore loved? Dumbledore was a very mysterious person. You know what I mean? Why is it they had to hide that? Like, his type of character. Do you think you think Dumbledore would have hidden that to Harry? The kind of person he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have really cared too much. He's the kind of guy who eats like Herbie's bubble pop beans, has them shit flavor, doesn't even care, and then it's like, oh hey, by the way, see that Percival photo? Got a nice ass, I like that ass. He's that kind of guy.
I like that ass, Snap's ass.
Exactly.
Those Slytherin boys know how to do it bad.
Exactly. So I feel like I felt really quite stuff like that. I don't like that. It seems. Okay. It just seems like it's like fucking
a whole nother episode because there's so much that we can.
I was going to say, wasn't the
this episode into something else?
Yeah, I was like, I forgot. How did we get here exactly?
Because you talked about Avatar: The Last Airbender, then you talked about the ending of the spin-off, and then we're talking about Kate Dumbledore looking at Slytherin boys' asses.
Yeah, but yeah, basically, Avatar is my choice.
We should really need to. Hang on, I'm going to actually write this down in a note. Hang on, I'll give you plush issues. Okay, and then we'll find out a follow-up to that one, like a review. Okay, I'm so sorry. We are professionals, folks. Maybe. Okay, mine for favorite, Hannibal. I haven't unwrapped this yet or watched it yet just because I'm finishing up the leftovers, but this, fucking hell, this deserves, like, to be picked up by someone else, if not NBC, and they were trying to find other stations. But it's just, the storytelling is good. There is gore, but it's not that gore for gore's sake. It makes sense. You're dealing with a cannibal and horrific things, and oh my god, if it was on HBO, oh my god, that would be goddamn awesome, because my fiance Rev Resner, who has the first 2 seasons on Blu-ray borrowed from me, like, watched one of an episode and he was just in shock. And the characters are well developed. I mean, you're following this thing because the characters, it's a good homage to the Hannibal books and movies. The music is good. Usually I don't give a shit about the music, but I'm like, this does something good, and it's sort of artsy at times. It's awesome. And there was homoerotic subtext that was, I think, was just canon by the end, because they basically said, does he love you or something, like, and so I just consider canon just, God, and they did gender and race bend to diversify the cast, but it was never to the point where you're like, yeah, I can see that's the only reason. The characters had characterizations of themselves. No,
I don't dislike. There's little in this world in TV I dislike more than the token characters.
What? The token characters? Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, okay, we got a new TV series. We need to have the gay guy. We need to have the lesbian. We have the straight guy, the overly straight guy, the black guy, the Chinese guy. Yeah, we have the funny guy. Okay, we got the funny guy. We have the sad guy. Okay, we have the sad guy. That kind of shit. I hate it so much. It restricts TV so much. It seems once again like taking advantage of different kinds of people.
Yeah,
Lowers
like,
them all down
hey,
to a
look,
basic
there's a black
set.
character. This show is so open-minded instead of like Hannibal, where people are actually allowed to act like people while being lesbians, while being serial killers, while being black, while being white. They're at, Hannibal is a complicated character himself that I don't really consider him good or bad. I consider him just in the middle. Because he has some horrific qualities, but then he has, he doesn't go out murdering just to murder people, but still, you would not want to be on his bad side, and you would like him dead, because behind bars, he can still be in control.
Real quick, random thing. I want to point out, can you guys guess what my most hated stereotype or trope is? You know, that token type character thing?
Gay? Muslim?
Nope. Although that's pretty bad.
Yeah, because you're a Muslim.
Yeah. No, the one I hate the most is the independent, strong female.
Oh, fuck.
I hate that so much because obviously every strong, independent female is the same fucking person. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, like, you can be a strong, independent woman, but you can still depend on people.
Yes.
I'm going to go to Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Rey was bad. She was kick-ass, but still, she had her issues. She still had to depend on people. She made mistakes.
Yeah, the way I think about it is like this. In TV, like Starbuck is my main example. Right, she's the stereotype kind of proponent. I think the thing is, she's the one of the best versions of the character still, but it's still not great because what it basically is like is that, hey, if you want to be a strong female, you have to A, do everything men do, because obviously everything men do is sex no matter what. You have to drink massive amounts of alcohol. You gotta smoke. You gotta play cigars. You inevitably have to sweat a lot. I know what you're saying. Always sweat a lot.
I can't smoke. Okay, I can't be a strong, independent woman. Damn it.
And here's the thing. What pisses me off about that is, like, I get this out. My mum doesn't drink or smoke, but she could beat the fuck out of Starbuck. She would put Starbuck in a neck hold and break that bitch in two. Like, she's Irish, okay? She has that in her, you know what I mean? She could do some horrifying things to people if she wanted. She's tough, right? But at the same time, she's, like, got 6, 7 kids, and she stays at home and takes care of them most of the time, you know what I mean? That doesn't make her not tough, though. And apparently TV likes to think that doesn't, because in TV, to be tough, you have to wear tank tops, sweat a lot, and drink a lot of scotch to be tough. Hate that so much. The very worst part is it's the most obvious one. I can always see it coming, like, oh, see that girl in the back? She's kind of muscly, big shoulders, tank top. I know exactly how she's going to be like. I can guess. I suspect I know her personality. So much.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Creepy, do you have any opinions on this? And then we'll put it to Omar's entertainment section.
I think I've said it. I think that pretty much sums it up. I do get the grievance with that because, there's a character who's actually a good character who is competent, a female character who is competent, and then there is the generic, like in the late 90s where, it was following Buffy, it was instant feminism, just add martial arts.
Yeah.
I like, okay, I'm going to go to Buffy and Animorphs at the same time, and it's going to have a connection. Well, I liked with Buffy is that she was allowed to be, a girl and still kick butt. So, she was able to be like old-fashioned and still have all the teenage problems going through college, but still, be able to.
She was a girly girl. She was the like the infamous line. I spent I blew a whole allowance on this cream rinse, and it's neither creamy nor rinsy.
And then when she was having money problems, they were like, hey, put the fight over there, don't destroy that. And then with the
really
Animorphs, they
completely
had
randomly,
a.
would you like okay, it's completely random, but my the character I think of when you say that was actually my best idea of a character that is both tough and like very feminine. Can you guess who it is? Very
You?
closely related to Buffy.
You?
No, but close. Daphne from the Scooby-Doo movies.
Oh yeah, because she's played by Buffy, right?
Which
She's played by Buffy, and at the same time, she is a massive girly girl, but at the same time, kicks the fuck out of half the people in the goddamn place, and I love her, and she is my spirit animal.
in the in the in a lot of the later Scooby movies, like in the ones with like that came out at, like with Scooby Doo on Zombie
Yeah,
Island.
Zombie was the first one I remember that had her change.
Right, she they really did do a good job building Daphne as a character. As in she was still the girly girl. She was still, she could still stumble into traps sometimes. She still needed help sometimes, but she was more capable. She could also.
I like that she became aware that she stumbled into traps. That I always found funny.
Right.
That's the thing. I can prove to you how much of a good characterization they did with her in that. In the zombie movie, I actually liked Daphne the most, and I was like a 10-year-old, 9-year-old kid then. I would always choose Scooby-Doo and Shaggy over anyone else. But nope, in that movie I thought she was the best because she made sense. She was funny and she was likable, and I actually thought she had some of the funniest moments in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't a stereotype, but she liked girly stuff, and she was a good character. Good character. You need to do more stuff like that. You can be tough. You can be an interesting person, but don't just stereotypes in general are awful.
I'm going to talk about Rachel from Animorphs, and then we'll go on to your entertainment section, Omar.
Aye, Captain.
So Rachel from Animorphs is sort of like Buffy in that she was blonde-haired girl that was really the tank of the Animorphs. She was just blasted through. She always had the biggest morphs. The first was the elephant, African elephant. Then was the grizzly bear for her main battle morphs. But at the same time, those big morphs were because she just felt weak and she had to project this strongness. And when she acquired the grizzly bear, it was because she was having some. What are you saying? Rachel was so when she acquired the grizzly bear, she was doing so because she was wondering whether she should, flee the fight and go with her and move with her father, or just stay there and fight and possibly die. And so that grizzly bear morph was, for her own insecurity. And she was also big on fashion. Like, she loved to hang out at the mall. She had all tricks to get cheap items. So yeah, Rachel was a very well-rounded character, as was everyone in that book series. Everyone had their strengths and weaknesses. So yeah, and I like, books and series like that do have all these diverse characters, but still let them be human and have flaws. I mean, Rachel could have easily been the independent woman stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
But she needed people.
I think the problem is stereotypes in general. It's not that they're bad. It's the way they used are bad. They're meant to be skeletons, I think, to a good character. You know what I mean? Like, people like this kind of character. Okay, so we get the base stereotype. You know what I mean? We want a woman who's a bit pushy. Now let's build on this. You know what I mean? Why is she pushy? You know what I mean? What does she like doing that's not this way? You know what I mean? What quirks does she have? Add stuff onto it. But oftentimes people are just like, okay, let's just get a stereotype. That works. Move on. You know what I mean?
Okay, now let's go on and move on. Oh, you said I need to go soon. Okay, how about, sorry, I just read that. So let's skip Creepy making his announcements, and then we can wrap, the episode up with Omar's entertainment section, so you can go.
My entertainment section just has one thing on it anyway.
Okay, Creepy still goes first, because I hate you, Omar.
Yeah.
I know, calm down. I wasn't trying to get first billing. Damn.
You always get first billing. Anyway.
Well, that's because I'm amazing, but,
Okay, yeah. Shut up and let Creepy speak.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I've got a new. I have a new channel. It's just started. it's where I brought that big Midnight Wank Theater. I've brought it back. I've given it its own channel in case YouTube decides to you know delete carpet bomb it. At least they'll go there instead of wiping everything out. Uh, I have let's see. There's that. I've been uploading old episodes of the Scooby-Doo retrospective on my main channel. That will be wrapped up fairly soon. When that happens, I'll be going back to the retrospective reviews.
Could you link the Scooby-Doo ones onto Skype? Because then Josh can put it under the video, and also I want to watch them.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that for you. Okay.
I like Scooby-Doo. Okay.
Okay.
We can tell.
Yeah.
He's a big part of my childhood. Okay. He's awesome. Also, can I point out? I'm not sure about you guys, but nothing in this world can make me hungrier than Scooby-Doo. That's all I'm saying. The sandwiches in that show, mother of God. You know that big ass sub they have in the zombie movie? Nothing. No sub on earth satisfied me after watching that.
Yeah, I know. And with the hot peppers.
Oh God, they look so good.
I know. I actually wanted to try those peppers after I saw them. I was like, I actually want those.
Me too. I wanted to try everything in that movie. I wanted to just dive into a pool of that movie's food. Even if the zombies would chase me, I'd be like, okay, you chase me, I'm just gonna eat this while you're chasing me.
Nom 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 nom. Oh, nom 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 nom. Oh, nom 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 nom. Oh, I'm dead.
They could literally start eating me, and I'd still be like, what's it?
I don't know if
Sorry for
we can
interrupting you.
speak
Go on.
together anymore, Omar. I'm just sorry we can't speak. We can't talk anymore. Oh, good. Is that all creepy?
That's all.
Okay, that's all, folks. Woody woody woo.
Good.
Now I need to eat something. Oh. No, I'm not thinking of Scooby-Doo. I've just been hungry throughout this entire podcast. And when you start speaking of food, I'm like, there's blackberries, there's sourdough bread I can munch on, and there's remaining Pop-Tart. I don't think so, but we can hope. I'm so sorry. Okay, Omar, your entertainment section.
Right, I'm going to keep this one short. Really only one thing to talk about here. DC's Legends of Tomorrow and the return of the DC series. Right, first of all, they're back, as happens at this time of the year, every year. All of them very good. I haven't actually had a chance for DC Legends yet. That said, everything I've heard about it, looking good. I don't know who anyone else knows this, but the actor who plays, what's his name, Rip Torn or something, Rip Hunter, I believe, he is actually also played Rory in Doctor Who, which is interesting. He's a time traveling dude in 2 different series.
Good. So cool. He's Rory is in Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, he plays Rip Hunter.
I can recognize that bitch.
Pardon?
I meant that bitch in a good way. I liked Rory.
Oh yeah, he's good. I love that guy. Yeah, it's the third kind of series in a day. I am firmly aware now that DC is intending to get a DC show out on every day of the week, because now I believe there's one for 4 days in a row, which is amazing. As a DC fanboy, it is a good time to be alive. All of them are very good. I personally believe that the Flash's one is particularly good, so check that out if you can. Real kind of heart-wrenching moment at the end there. Check it out, very good. Arrow, good as usual. If you want to find out what happened to the situation that I'm not going to spoil. And yeah, check it out. All is well on the DC front. They're doing well. I actually think it's off to a way better start than it was last year. The end.
Dun dun dun.
Actually, one more thing. I guess Star Wars came out and it was good. Now the end.
Fucking awesome. You see, I sort of edited a picture.
I saw it as well. It was awesome. I actually got to see it on Christmas Day with my godmother. It was a great way to spend the day together.
That was a damn good way to watch it. It was a very good movie. Very good movie. I enjoyed Kylo Ren. I can't wait to see more of him.
You see the picture right? I edited there, so there's 3 Kylo Rens in the same picture. I may or
Actually,
may not have a thing for him.
He's awesome though. He's a very good character. I really enjoy him. I feel like he could be better, and it's not that I don't think he did it wrong. I just can't wait to see more of him, to see his character develop. I think what for me was coolest about him is, weirdly, he resembles my character from Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, in terms of personality and looks. So I was like, holy shit, I predicted him. Made me want to play the game again. He's a very cool character, and I love his sword. A lot of people complain about his lightsaber. I think it's the coolest thing in the fucking world, but okay. Let them complain, it's awesome. Also, it makes fucking sense. How many people have lost their hands in the Star Wars world? You think someone like him would be like, okay, everybody losing their hands, maybe I should protect him. Get a little hand guard in there just in case some guy thinks, hey, chop his hand off. Not happening today.
Okay, before I make my announcements, I'm just going to say one of the big complaints I had about the movie. No one lost their limbs. I was expecting a limb being tossed off in the final battle, but no.
That's because they're
saving
smart.
that for the sequel.
That's the thing. You know Star Wars?
Sequel.
What happened is, after the war, everyone in class learned about the last one. And like the teacher said, and remember, kids, if you ever go to war, watch your limbs, okay? Because everyone's chopping all the limbs off up in here. Okay? Every one of them learned them, okay? Even Kylo Ren, he remembered that from class. It's the one thing he still remembers. Watch your limbs. That's why he's got that going on.
Yeah, watch the limbs. Unless you want to count C-3PO's, red arm as...
That's a good point. He lost his limb as well. Clearly, limbs are...
That wasn't on screen, but it did happen.
No, this is a very dangerous world for limbs, isn't it?
Okay, I'll make my fucking announcement. Okay, my Animorphs podcast with Extra Happy is beginning its third season tomorrow. The season 3 premiere will be out, and it will cover Yerks having a mentally or physically disabled hosts. I'm doing my reading like at the last minute, but they're short books, so Kat did all her reading and took notes. She's the co-host, but she's the one who has her shit together. But then she thinks she doesn't have her shit together, and I'm like, you take notes. I just read over it and think a few things. So yeah, Kat's back for season 3 as the co-host. So, woot! And yeah. I found out that a flight on Cards Against Humanity, you can have your own custom decks, and I found out a Flight Rising. Someone did a Flight Rising custom deck, so I'm going to combine Cards Against Humanity and layer reviews for that site. So those of you who aren't on Flight Rising probably didn't understand any of that. Let's see, goddamn it. Usually I have the announcements written down, but I waited till the last moment. Let's see.
There's.
Yeah, it's like, I usually have things written down. Okay, but they usually don't change. I'll just see last week's. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm going to be doing the next Dragon Cape giveaway on my blog, so the layout's going to change. There's going to be a new blog poll out, so yay! So as at least 8 people voted last time, and if at least 5 people vote, I do a little vlog talking about the results. I let it there for like a month or so, and then I just get 8 votes. It's like, dude. And for donation options for my blog, that helps me pay for title cards. Like for With Extra Happy, I'm releasing ebooks and I'm paying artists. So, I need money there, and I'm paying Omar every 10 episodes now of Jash Talk, so I'm paying people. So if you want to help support this podcast and my blog financially, I do commissions on Fiverr. I'm Jashikins on that site, and I'll do writing commissions. Like if you want me to start writing other season of one of your favorite canceled TV shows, like Terminator, I will write that. I will be crying as I think about there actually be no third season, but I will write it. And I'm Jashikins on Patreon, and yeah, you get any ebook I come out with, the first week you get it for free, and ebook. And if you donate $1, you get updates on my ebook. See how I'm doing. Some months I have more done than others, so sometimes there's a lot more to talk about. Sometimes it's short, and if you donate $5, you get a 30-minute exclusive vlog with me. And since I have had no Patreons for the last 2 or 3 months, so far the exclusive 30-minute vlog has turned into me talking about whatever. I think last month I talked about some Ryan commissioning drama on Flight Rising, and then I read from the site FML.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get patrons, I will actually start working for quality and try to work for a schedule. But these are viewed by no one, so I'm like, oh, I want to talk about this for 30 minutes. Okay, no one's going to view it anyway. Who gives a shit? So if you like that style, I'll keep with it, even with patrons. And if you don't, I'll start talking about actual important shit. I record for no one. I even tried doing my Star Wars review being a Patreon exclusive, no nerds bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, the nerds should have bid with that one. It's Star Wars. So that's it for me. And thank you, Creepy, for again joining us at the last minute. I texted you around midnight.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry I can stay longer.
Yeah. Well, we're ending, so.
And I appreciate being here, and I will see you all next time.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye, Creepy. Bring Chibi Cthulhu next time. That's all anyone gives a shit about.
That's true. Yeah, obviously.
I'm sorry, plushies. Then I love plushies, and then you have a Cthulhu attitude. It's like, ooh, a cute little old one. Oh, he's gonna go.
Yeah, okay, this just got uncomfortable. Bye now.
Oh, I creeped out Creepy. Woot!
Right, I actually have an announcement before we end it. I wanted to let him go before, just he was on short time. So, right, basically, I'm actually gonna start a new channel soon. I'm getting everything I need for it prepared. Basically, I was watching some channels about Dragon Ball Z. Various channels talking about all the aspects of them, which characters were stronger, all this kind of nerdy shit. And I realized I talk about that kind of stuff with my brother all the time, and I go into vastly more detail. And I thought, hey, you know what? I could probably put some quality content out in that regard. You know what I mean? I could do some interesting videos. I could post some interesting questions and stuff. I think I could do well in that. Jash, you do a lot of Animorph stuff, and you truly love Animorphs. And I thought, what do I truly love? And whereas I do love comics, I think the one thing that I've loved properly even more since I was a kid is being Dragon Ball. Everything related to it. Sure, nowadays I love Super much as Goku, but I've loved Dragon Ball more. So I'm going to go open that channel soon. I will play the name and whatnot when it is finally done. And yeah, should be interesting stuff.
And when you do have that channel open, the next podcast we have that you have opened it on. We'll put that in the links.
Yeah, it'll be great. I'm probably gonna do the whole Dragon Ball Super versus GT question first. See, a lot of people are wondering if the characters in Dragon Ball GT are stronger than the characters in Dragon Ball Super, or vice versa. Because Beerus is meant to be the god of destruction, the most powerful person in the universe, and Goku pushes to about 70% of his power limit using the Super Saiyan God mode. That said, Super Saiyan 4 takes place 20 years after Dragon Ball Z, and whereas Dragon Ball Super never happened in this universe, Goku is about 400 times stronger on his base form than he was as a Super Saiyan 3 in Dragon Ball Z. When you go Super Saiyan 4, it's about 4,000 times increase in his power, so it technically makes sense that he should be more powerful than Beerus. But if you think about it, because Beerus is meant to be the most powerful, that shouldn't be the case. There's a lot of arguments for either side there. So I will discuss that and explain to you why one side is the strongest.
Okay.
It's complicated.
I was listening, then it was I'm trying to understand things.
Basically, his power level
you're talking about, so people that are interested will definitely be looking out for that.
It's like when you talk animals, I can't follow it. It's a thing. People who know
It's
what I'm
very
talking.
simple. Yours is
Yeah.
fucking simple to follow along with.
Trust me, no, mine is simple. Look, it's basically look, Goku's power level is like if you start off at 1 in Dragon Ball Super, then it's 400 in Dragon Ball GT. And the idea is basically is the transformation Super Saiyan 4 stronger than Super Saiyan God? And we got to figure that out. I personally think I'm going to hide that actually until the episode starts. But
Dun, dun,
it's an interesting to think about. I think they're both very powerful. But the question is which one is more powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. I mean, it's obvious.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited that you're going to geek out and you're going to bring.
Yeah, I'm gonna unleash the full nerd on a level that even you have not seen yet. It'll be interesting. I might even get my brother involved in it since he's a pretty damn big Dragon Ball fan as well. He can keep up with me in that regard. Someone to keep up, since most people really wouldn't be able to. Yeah, should be interesting. I think I'm also going to do some character perspectives, explain some of the characters, what makes them good, how to bring them back and stuff. Because I personally think Dragon Ball has forgotten that we watched it not just for Goku and the Saiyans, but for the characters. I miss seeing Piccolo and Tien and Krillin be badass. I thought some of the best moments of Dragon Ball Z were when Krillin brought out a win, even though he really shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Taking on Vegeta and somehow winning at the last moment, stuff like that. I thought it was quite interesting. Also, I personally think Gohan becoming weaker is something that a lot of people were angry about, that he became so weak after he was such a badass in the earlier seasons, just getting almost killed by Frieza when he returns. I feel like a lot of people were really upset about that. I know they were. But I personally think it makes perfect sense, and I think the new version of Gohan, so to speak, where he's weaker, where he is thinner, where he looks more like his child counterpart, that makes more sense. As a character, it's more likely that he'd end up like that than anything else, and I think I prefer him to be like that. He is an intellectual, a smart person, not a fighter. He never was. And I think that shows him more. I think that's a good thing. It's a good thing for him to be like that. And I personally can't wait for the inevitable moment where he starts training again and kicks fucking ass, which he will.
Okay, we're going to end it here. And I've been Jashikin's owner at jashikins.blogspot.com. And if you have any questions or suggestions for topics for future episodes, just comment below. Basically, what I do when I plan new episodes is like, hey, this sounds interesting, Omar. Do you want to do it? Okay, we'll do this. I would like to talk about things that are interesting to you, the viewers, but as long as you stay silent, I can't read minds. So, please help. I'm psychotic, not psychic. Please, learn the difference. Please. Okay, Omar, do you have any final words?
Yeah, jet fuel can